I was about ready to start my senior year at Utah State University. I had a job working up on campus, and I was in love. Her name was Tanya. We'd been dating for several months, and things were starting to get serious. I had 3 roommates that I got along well with, and we were in the process of moving from our apartment on the island to one closer on campus. Our landlady told us we had to be out of our apartment by Thursday, and we had to have the apartment cleaned by Friday if we were to receive our full deposit. So on Thursday night, my roommates and I packed up our stuff. We moved it to our new apartment. And on Friday, while I was at work, they cleaned our apartment. Well, I should say they cleaned 75% of the apartment. They, of course, saved the bathroom for me to do. And I told them that was fine, that when I got off work that day, that I would go ahead and I would clean the apartments. And that was my intent. When I got off work at 4 o'clock on Friday, I was going to go clean the apartment. But it was a Friday. It's the beginning of the weekend, and I hadn't seen Tanya in like 18 hours. So I had to choose. Should I go see Tanya or should I go clean toilets? Tanya, toilets, sorry. I'm going to go see Tanya. And so I went to her place. We hung out for a while. We went out, got some food to eat, and then we went and saw a movie. And before I knew it, it was 10 o'clock at night. It was dark. And while I was driving her home to her place, I mentioned to her that after I dropped her off, I was going to go clean my apartment so I could receive my full deposit. And she told me, I'll help you. I can help you. I says, really? And he says, yeah, sure, I can help you. And she says, in fact, I even have cleaning supplies in my apartment. We can use them. And wow, this is great. This is wonderful. So she went into her apartment. She came back with her hands full of buckets and mops and detergents. And I thought, this is great, because all I had was a can of Comet and a sponge. And so we went to my apartment. And when we first leased our apartment, our landlady gave us 3 keys, but there were 4 of us. And so I never got a key. But it wasn't really a big deal because we very rarely locked our front door. And if we did lock it, we could always get in the back sliding glass door because it was locked. It was always open. So when we got there, we tried the front door and it was locked. And I told Tanya, well, we'll go in through the back sliding glass door. And so we went back there, and it wouldn't open. Someone had put a board in the threshold. I thought, oh, my idiot roommates, why would they do that? We couldn't get in. And I says, well, there's one last thing we can try. We can go in through the bedroom window. I know that it's slide it open. I could probably lift you up through it. You could stand on the bed that I used to sleep in. Yeah, turn on the light, let me in. And she says, yeah, I can do that. We can do that. So we did that. We went to the window. It was about 5 feet high. And I slid it open. I helped lift her up through the window. She stepped down on the bed. And then she shrieked. And she says, Randall, there's someone in here. And I says, what? And all of a sudden, I hear a man's voice say, what the hell is going on? And I'm thinking the same thing. What is going on? Why is there a man in the apartment I'm supposed to be cleaning? And I was terrified. I was shaking, and I didn't know what to do. And for a split second, I thought about hightailing it out of there. I was so scared. I thought, no, that wouldn't be cool. I couldn't do that. So I yelled at Tanya. I says, get on out of there. I think she was thinking the same thing. I think she had that same thought. And so she eventually came out. And then a few seconds later, a man, probably in his 60s, in a robe came out. And he was steamed. He was mad. And I just apologized profusely. And I said, I'm so sorry, mister. I didn't realize there were people in there. I didn't have a key to get in. I was going in to clean the apartment so we get our deposit back. And the back door was locked. And I tried to explain things. And finally, things calmed down a little bit. And it was okay. And he says, your landlady rented this apartment to me and my wife. I didn't realize his wife was in there too. For 2 days while we were traveling through Oregon. And I said, I'm so sorry. And we kind of worked it out and things turned out okay. And we left. But I learned a few things from this experience. I learned, first of all, that Tanya's a keeper. We got married the following spring, and we've been married for 38 years now. Thank you. Thank you. I learned that if your landlady hands out keys, make sure that you get one. And the third thing I learned is that when she tells you to have your apartment cleaned by Friday, you ask her, what time on Friday?